Hi all. Today we're going to have a look at how Avantune's cloud enablement platform can self-serve any application to a user base. I'm going to split this presentation into three parts. First, a generic overview of our platform. Secondly, the user interaction in the store. And finally, we're going to have a quick look behind the scenes at the admin console. Firstly, Avantune's main offerings. Genio Cloud, which we're not going to jump into in too much detail today, is a suite of productivity applications focused towards the SMB market. As you can see on the left, some of the verticals that we serve. The platform is designed for the enterprise market, as these organizations have complex infrastructure with a mixture of on-prem and cloud environments and are normally in a transitional state where they're requiring more cloud technologies or looking to migrate. The platform can be offered via three methods: public and private cloud or on-prem as the client needs. Powua's four key components can be bundled together or they can be separate modules. The store, this is an enterprise marketplace with pre-configured software as a service and infrastructure as a service options where users can log in and access the assigned applications or subscribe to new applications or infrastructure. Provision, it's the automatic activation and delivery of infrastructure as a service, cutting out the need for admins to log into Azure or AWS to provision infrastructure. Predetermined templates can be built, allowing for the fast and quick deployment of infrastructure. Metering, this is where we capture data on predefined KPIs within the environment, whether this is on-prem or in the cloud, and we can use agent or agentless methods to grab this information. And finally, the fourth is the billing. So this is the invoicing of the consumption of the infrastructure or the applications based again on predefined KPIs. So this can be determined by the business for user base, time, or again based on resources such as CPU and RAM. So the second part of our presentation focuses on the user interaction. So as you see, once you log into the portal, you're presented with the enterprise catalog, which is a list of predefined options for the user created by a centralized IT team. Once the options are created once, they're made available to the user base. As you can see here, there's a list of different services as infrastructure as a service of Windows 7 machine, and some of our Genio Cloud solutions, the analysis and free doc. But the option we're going to select is the compliance master. And when we click the icon, we're taken to a configuration screen. This is where I can customize the software or infrastructure to my needs. There are a number of variables to subscribe to or choose from. And again, it can be customized at the back end in the user portal, which we will see later. As mentioned, any application or infrastructure can be provisioned via the store. So here the variables I can choose from are the activation, resources, time, and users. So we have a secure storage option, so I'm going to select that. We're going to go with 2 CPUs, a small disk space, and again this is the needs of the individual user. We're going to go with 2 IP addresses, and we only need 4 gig of RAM to run the solution. As you can see, the credits and the dollar amount will update automatically. The time usage, we're going to go for 6 months. And as you can see, it's going to start recalculating. Number of users, I only need 5 users for my team. And then the final option is a cloud provider. So this is if the data needs to remain in a geolocation, but this can also be locked down so that the user doesn't have a choice. I'm going to select the Australian Amazon module because that's where we want to provision this application. Once I hit purchase, it's going to take me to a order summary screen where it's going to give me a highlight of what I've selected before I purchase. It gives me an overview of the credits that are remaining. and the cost of the solution. When I go to proceed, this is going to place the order. So I'm placing the order. This will generate an email with all the information that will be sent to the registered email address, but we'll also now add this solution to my services. So I can either use the link here or at the top of the screen. Once I jump into the My Services screen, we can now see the newly created subscription for this user. When I click on the application, it is going to open up a new window that's directly to the Compliant Master solution. For this demo, unfortunately, we don't have the linked credentials. So it's taking us to a login screen, but ideally there will be integration between the modules, so the user will log directly into the Compliance Master home screen. Jumping back into the store again, I'm just going to run through some of the other options. So you have an Accounts tab. And this is going to give an overview of the account, the credits that are available, some history information, some of the last orders, profile information, the documents, so we can look at what has been purchased and the emails that have been sent, and also the plans. So if, as the administrator, I wanted to get rid of the new subscription that we created, I can delete it here, or we can edit plan as needed. So if we wanted to reduce or increase time, that's when it's done here. I can also add the additional users. So if I have as I subscribe to 5 users, I can add the users here or share the link with the people that I would like to have on the application. We have a direct support request, so if you have any issues, you can touch base with our technical team. And we also have metering and monitoring. So as this is a new subscription that we have just created, there isn't any data there. But again, if it was a live environment, we could jump into these tabs and see what has been used by each of the users. And so that concludes the user interaction of the store. As you can see, it is very easy to use. My services, again, just as a highlight, will be any subscriptions that are activated, either by centralized IT or the user. So this is the kind of one-stop portal for all the company's applications or infrastructure needs. Again, flashing back to the store, where we can get a final view of the applications that are available. So this is a wide use between end users looking for applications and IT teams managing infrastructure. And yep, so that rounds off the user interaction. So the third and final part of our presentation is a high-level look at the administrator portal. So this again differs significantly from the user interaction portal, but this is where all services, applications are provisioned. On the left, you can see the modules that we discussed earlier, the store, the provisioning, the meter and monitoring, and the billing. So first up, I'm going to jump into the store. In the store, as it loads, you see catalog. And each line item here, when it populates, represents one of the icons that we've seen on the enterprise catalog. So right down to the infrastructure and the application. So I'm going to select the Compliance Master again to edit and modify so that we can have a deeper look. And so this takes us into the administration of this application. So again, there's some generic name in the application here, but right down to the available cloud providers with the application URL posted. As we move across into the activation, this is the start of some of the configurable variables that again we've seen in the store period. So as we have a look at the activation counter, we see the secure storage, and that's either on or off. But the time counters can be selected, so you have a number of months that you want to make the solution available, or even the time frame, if it's days, weeks. So depending on the item, whether it's infrastructure, if you want it for a number of days rather than months, everything can be configured. Again, the same as the users, we had 1,000 max, but that can be configured again. As you can see, there is a calculation on here as well, so the rules can be added into the resource counters. Where we had the CPU usage, RAM, again, any KPI can be added in here for the business to charge upon or make available to the end users. Also within the store, you can look at the user accounts and assign different priorities. This can be linked directly to Active Directory or any other credential management solution. Next module we're going to look at quickly is the billing. So here is where we can select billing rules. So this can either be prepaid, internal organizations chargeback. So if the using our platform, it can be IT can become an internal cost center, so that they can charge back each department depending on the use of the application of infrastructure. Quickly just jumping into one of the chargeback rules and edit. We can see here that there's a basic calculation range, and again this can be customized by each individual company. Also the currency is another thing to look at, is the conversion rate to credits. So again, this can be adjusted as needed for exchange rates, and kind of gets rid of the need for the integration to a currency server solution. But again, if we wanted up-to-date currency conversion, we can do that as well. Provisioning. So this is jumping into the different cloud providers. So these are the ones that the IT team have made available for the different solutions. And again, this captured all the information, so we can edit, remove, make available as needed. Quickly moving on to the metering. So this is the point where we can start to track consumption on each of the different services. So here's a number of Windows machines that we have running, and the agent list. So this is where we start capturing the information, and we can even drop into specific assets and metering entities. As also continuing on with the monitoring, there's a number of different ways that we can monitor. So it can be by device. So you can select any one of the devices and see what's been monitored, the last check. And here's where we can configure the alerts for the IT team. So for servage outages, notifications can be sent right the way through to the IT team. And proactive thresholds can be put in place as well. So for the likes of low disk space, low CPU, high spikes in RAM can also be done here. We can also monitor on the service list as well. So not just physical devices, but services that are running. So we can see the likes of IoT devices can be in here on webcams. So if there's any, if it's connected to the internet or the network, we can put either the agent or an agentless monitoring on it. Also there's statistics portal, so you can again have a number of rules in place regarding uptime, downtime, and jump into the more detail. So that is a very quick and high-level overview of the back end of the platform. Again, we can delve in a lot deeper, but for the sake of this presentation, I just wanted to give you a high level. But feel free to reach out to us, the team here at Avantune, and we can do a deeper dive as needed. Thanks for taking time to listen to this presentation, and I look forward to speaking to you in the near future. Take care. Bye-bye.